admit I done made some mistakes, and I have some imperfect ways. I admit I helped so many people, and I'm saying damn people turn fake. I admit it was so hard to focus. I didn't go to classes. I admit that I dropped out of school. I admit that I wasn't that cool. I admit I just feel like retiring. Admit I just don't feel like trying. But all my real niggas around me keep telling me, girls, fuck that, you gotta keep climbing. I admit it, I did. I done fuck with a couple of fans. I admit I'm a gift and a curse. I admit that I don't go to church. I admit it, I made it. I admit it, I did it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did it. I admit I got so many flaws. Told so many lies to these calls. Blew so much money, pop so many bottles, yet I fuck a bitch just because. Nigga, I had a hell of a day, but I admit I was in my own way. I admit I had my mama crying over me. What else can a nigga say? I admit I can't spell for shit. I admit that all I hear is hits. I admit I couldn't read the teleprompter when the Grammys asked me to present. I admit I love God, but wait, it's so much temptation, but wait. Admit to the drinking and smoking too much, but it helped me get through the day. Won't say no names, I'm not a snitch, but one night at the Ritz, did some shit, should've did. What niggas did. I admit that I did. I fucked my girlfriend's best friend. Yeah, I topped that in back of my pants. I admit I'm sorry for my sins. I admit it, I admit it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did it. Yeah. I admit I trust people too much. I admit I can't say such and such, but my lawyers told me settle this, even though it's bullshit. Can't protect your career. All these people in my ear. I admit I've been tempted by drugs. I admit that I just need a hug. I admit the devil talk to me sometimes, but the devil's not who I trust. I've been fucked by so many damn managers. Why they push me out front of these cameras? All this music I done created them, and now they play me like a fucking amateur. I got a life, yeah. I got a right. Cancel my shows. That shit ain't right. How they gon' say I don't respect these women when all I've done is represent? Take my career and turn it upside down, cause you met I've got some girlfriends. Hell with this record deal, it ain't worth this shit for real. Ain't seen my kids in years, they try to lock me up like real. How much can a nigga take? How much can a nigga break? Just wanna do my music, stop stressing me. Please just let me age gracefully. I admit it, I made it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did it. They took my gift and they blind me. Where the fuck is my money? Now here come this big ass conspiracy. I still got my fans, that's a blessing. Listen to heaven, just stay on my grind, and it's 24/7. And I know my mama Joanne is smiling down on me. I put that on reverend. Been a grown man since age 11. 9 on the guap since 7. Rest in peace to my homie Kevin. I admit it, I admit it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did it. I admit I'm a freak. Used to go to strip clubs every week. Who these niggas tryna say I am? Man, I'm not, and I put that on chief. I admit I fuck with all the ladies, that's both older and young ladies. But tell me how they call it pedophile because of that shit, that's crazy. You may have your opinions, entitled to your opinions. But really, am I supposed to go to jail or lose my career because your opinion? Yeah, go ahead and stone me. Point your finger at me. Turn around, look against me. Like only God can mute me. I admit that I fired some people. I admit that I hired new people. I admit that those people I fired on my mama was crooked ass people. I admit that I don't know my music. I admit that I wrote on my music. Want it back, but they don't wanna do it. What the fuck, nigga? I wrote that music. I did that bumping ground. I did that 12 play. I did that fed up. I changed the damn game. So I deserve me a fair play. So put some respect on my damn name. That Wendy Williams mad with me, but I ain't never offer her no drink. But I admit that she asked me, can I get a little Hennessy? Then we both turned off our phone. We drink, I smoke, we talk. And I admit that I told it all. From my good points to my faults. She said, what about a day? I said, love. She said, what about the tape? I said, hush. I said, my lawyer said, don't say none. But I can tell you I've been set up. I admitted how ever since the first day, that without knowing I signed my publishing away. I admitted I was young and caught up, so blind, yeah. Said I had dyslexia, couldn't read all the contracts, yeah. And now the truth in this message is I'm a broke ass legend. The only reason I stay on tour is cause I gotta pay my rent. I never thought that it would come to this, to being the most disrespected artist. So I had to write a song about it, cause they always take my words and twist it. Believe me, it's hard to admit all this. I'm in my feelings about this shit, but I had to set the fucking record straight. So I admit it, I made it. I admit it, I did it. I admit it, I did. I admit it, I did it. I admit I love Steve Harvey, John Legend, and Tom Joyner. They're doing good in their lives right now. Why would they want to tear down another brother? Women show black men some love. Cause black men, we go through enough. How can we get up off the ground when we steady tear each other down? I admit that the devil is busy, and some people beside me ain't with me. I admit that I'm gonna do this music up until the Lord come get me. Now, I admit a family member touched me. Touch me, touch me, touch me. From a child to the age 14. While I laid asleep, took my virginity. So scared to say something, so I just put the blame on me. Now here I am and I'm trying my best to be honest. Cause there's forces out there trying to keep me from being the artist. I admit I'm at rock bottom, and this shit has rocked my mind. I'm calling on my hood, come walk by my side. They don't want me to shine. Women's group, my God. Now don't get it twisted, I do support them, but why they wanna bring down the art? Damn, this is breaking my heart. Cause from fathers, mothers, sons, and daughters, I'm a part of the music culture. Spotify took me off their playlist. I admit that I've been underrated. I'm not convicted, not arrested, but drag my name in the dirt. All this work to be successful, and you abandoned me cause of what you heard. I admit I am not perfect. I never said I was perfect. Say I'm abusing these women. What the fuck, that's some absurd shit. They brainwashed, really? Kidnapped, really? Can't eat, really? Real talk, that shit sounds silly. And if you really, really wanna know, my father dropped her off in my show and told his boy to put her on the stage. I admit that she was overaged. I admit that I was feeling her, and I admit that she was feeling me. I admit that that's just some shit that come with being a celebrity. I ain't chasing these ladies, no. These ladies are chasing me, yeah. And I'm only saying all this shit cause how they tryna play me, yeah. I admit that this is no disrespect to the parents, but this is my advice to you cause I'm also a parent. Don't push your daughter in my face and tell me that it's okay, cause your agenda is to get paid and get mad when it don't go your way. I know y'all look at me like I don't go through things, but I'm human. I know it's hard sometimes, but try to keep in mind that I'm human. Fuck all the fortune and fame, forget the name, I'm a human. I can't believe all the under the table shit they doing.
What's up, everybody? I'm going to go ahead and get this show on the road because you know what has always perplexed me in all the research that I put out here? In the beginning, people were asking me, like, how did I find this? How did I find that? I'm confused when this man told you a lot of the information right there in this song. And everybody was like, nah, this song too long. I ain't listening to that. And then you got the people that listened to it and tried to twist it. But like I said, if you had listened and paid attention, he hit a lot of points in this song that led me down this little rabbit hole. It's just strange that people are delusional to the fact that there's real people that watch these videos. Of course, there's those that just want to get their entertainment, and that's cool. But you know why I get annoyed? It's because do you know how much power is in your hands? Do you know how much power are on these devices? How much of an impact the R. Kelly movement could have been like? But from my perspective, I knew people deliberately didn't want that to happen. And it wasn't my position to throw the blame around. The biggest problem I found watching all this play out was the constant taking the focus off of what we were supposed to be here for. True enough, there's some people that feel like he did this, he did that, he might be guilty of this, he might be guilty of that. He's 100% innocent. But another thing that annoys me is when people get to saying, when I defend why I don't believe in the specific charges that were thrown at him, that he were poorly defended from, and that he was convicted of, and start to twist this notion in their mind that I must support this type of behavior. I must be saying he's perfect. I don't think in damn video I made, I've said that. But I'm going to pause my thoughts because what I want to bring back to y'all's attention on tonight is this video. Because it's just strange to me when I had said certain things and watching all the janky stuff transpire and people make all of this stuff so personal that it escalates to where we are watching things unfold now. And I get people are very invested. Some people just want to be nosy. But first and foremost, let me bring your attention to where a lot of people focus should have been on from day one. Because now we are at a point of, why ain't nobody talking about a pardon for R. Kelly? We keep hearing them talking about Diddy. We see them talking about this Maxwell chick now. We see everybody else can get a pardon, all these rappers, everybody else. But why isn't anybody talking about a pardon for R. Kelly? Meanwhile, if you looked at the topic of tonight's live, things between people who were on these platforms for a specific purpose to support R. Kelly just went all over the place. And some people might have misconstrued that the main primary focus that I feel specific people and still feel specific people should be investigated is because of all the things they put on public display. The fact that people can boldly do criminal shit, manipulate these laws, then go run into the police, manipulate these things, and keep getting away with playing in y'all face. I'm going to give you my opinion on the title of this video. But like I said, I wanted to bring your focus back on where my head has been throughout this whole ordeal, and why you have heard me get oftentimes very frustrated with why things are escalating to these points. Even when it came to people including me, primarily because they wanted to go at Dana J. All these people just keep ganging up, congregating, even going to the people that want to keep R. Kelly down pages and talking about this shit. And clearly they don't give a damn about R. Kelly. They don't give a damn about how it all escalated to this point. But I'm going to remind you, first we're going to watch this video because some of you might have missed it in real time. So let's go back to when there was a defense supposed to be put on R. Kelly's behalf and what the prosecutor had to say.
R. Kelly has waited for this moment for 2 years, the opportunity to present his side of the story through his defense witnesses. And now in less than 48 hours, a jury can begin deliberating his fate.
It's not about the quantity, it's about the quality of evidence.
For weeks, prosecutors brought in dozens of witnesses to testify against R. Kelly. R. Kelly's legal team is only expected to call a total of 6 witnesses. So far, the jury has heard from 4 of them, all men who once worked for R. Kelly.
As of now, it hasn't been anyone that's been strong. That actually looks bad for the defense.
The defense opened their case Monday with Donna Ram.
I didn't see Surviving R. Kelly because I was there to see the real thing.
Ram told the jury and Pix 11 he never saw Kelly abuse his girlfriends, but on cross-examination, Ram admitted he was not alone in rooms with Kelly and his accusers. After calling 2 more witnesses Wednesday morning, Kelly's lawyers will wrap up their case. The jury could begin deliberations as soon as Thursday.
I don't think it's going to be a quick verdict. It's going to be tough for the jury to determine credibility, believability.
The jury of 7 men and 5 women will consider racketeering and sex trafficking charges against the Grammy-winning R&B singer. During his current trial, several women and men testified R. Kelly physically and emotionally abused them. Some said the unwanted sex with Kelly began when they were just teenagers. The final prosecution witness described the dynamics of an abusive relationship.
Background information as to why victims acted the way that they did, why they decided to stay with their abuser.
While R. Kelly's federal trial in downtown Brooklyn is coming to an end, his legal troubles will continue. Attorney Bernarda Villalona is a former prosecutor.
He has civil cases pending, and he also has other federal as well as state cases pending.
Now let's park it there, because again, some of you who have been here for the long haul, remember all these interviews that were being conducted, all these people being brought to these platforms. And you mean to tell me, even according to the prosecutor, they bring these 5, 6 people in there that really couldn't do too much to defend what these people are accusing this man of. Meanwhile, in all the years leading up to the trial, all of these accusations are being thrown around. People are going to extreme levels to try to expose people to the magnitude of breaking laws. Some of you don't know what I'm talking about because maybe you haven't paid attention. But in today's news, everybody keep just going back and forth about this car tracker situation with Dana and Sylvia. The things that, like I said, blows my mind is these people in the different sectors obviously don't give a shit about this R. Kelly shit and why it escalated to the point that it did. They like to skip around all of the receipts that have been put out there that will show you point A from B. How these people started to maliciously dox and stalk individuals to target on these platforms, including me. The reason why I wanted to come on the record is to, again, bring it to the forefront. You can think this person is lying. You can think that person is lying. But let me tell you my version of events. Because like I said, a lot of these weirdos, I did not know before I started watching Dana's channel. Truth to matter, when I heard him talking about all of the key points that make them feel some type of way, I put it all out there for you to see, was brought to me as well. The only thing I've always had to say was, what does it have to do with the accusations against R. Kelly? For them, it's always been expose Dana, expose Dana. Okay. Expose Dana to the point that now we expose the attorneys. We get the feds to investigate. We got the pink piglet over there keep talking about calling the feds for this and this and this, to all of these situations that these individuals brought to the internet and kept entertaining. They tell Dana why he keep responding, why he keep doing this. Meanwhile, through different individuals, people keep coming with the same shit. People keep flipping the narratives. Now everybody want to backtrack all the shit they've said and put out here that they got mad at me for saying it's janky as hell, especially when you're associating it with all of the stuff that these people claim they was doing to help free R. Kelly, who had all the information to free R. Kelly, but still out here looking dumb to this fucking day. This shit is crazy as hell to me. Let's go here. Cause we heard so many lies. And I want to point out one thing and one thing clearly. Because if you missed Dana's live, you're gonna have to go watch that. It's on my community wall. If you haven't seen all of the shots that they have been throwing, and why I have responded to a specific individual in this time, because in my opinion, that specific individual has gaslit a lot of bullshit on these platforms. And from my perspective, like I said, I knew nothing of this person. Never thought of this person. I had issues with specific people because they were doing things in association to R. Kelly and his so-called defense team and inner circle. So if everybody that I come to know got to know R. Kelly through Dana, their talking point is Dana don't know R. Kelly. I put that to the side, and we hear the prosecutors keep talking about this man is recruiting people. And this is the type of bullshit that people are throwing out there trying to get people locked up on X charges. Manufacturing grape, however you want to say it. Just throwing out all of this shit in the midst of what they supposed to be doing to help R. Kelly. So much so that when they were cool, everybody was backstabbing the next person, sending this about that person. Everybody want to get on these platforms and pass around the same information. When I challenge certain information, oh, I'm wrong. But back to the pink piglet. Because again, they think they can get on these platforms, say what they want to say, run their narratives, and you ain't supposed to respond. Like with Dana. They over here keep going to all these different people talking about this case. He hears it. He just tries to put out his version of what happened. You can decide for yourself what you believe. But to keep trying to keep poking situations and then let a pink piglet over there keep gaslighting, like, oh, now they're stalking, now they're doing this, they did this to me. Let me just show you, for example, what I'm talking about. Because if everybody recall, one of the biggest fallouts that I primarily had started with an individual named Trent. When they was over here talking about the R. Kelly Defense Fund, they over here talking to me about this $1 million initiative. They over here doing this and that with those sisters. But it's mighty funny. Now it's a big joke because everybody already know that them sisters ain't his real sisters. Dana exposed that. They don't want to talk about that. But they don't want to talk about what initially was my problem with Trent. So let's go back to the video where I'm not just going to tell you. I'm going to show you. Because while they scrub their channels, my shit's still going to be here. And like she tried to start some shit and then come over here and put a harassment on my post. Yes, it was put back. Because again, you can't get on these platforms and say what you want and keep picking with folks and then want to report their response as harassment. Bitch, bye. Stop fucking playing with me. Anyways, let's go back to the beginning. And I want to show you first. I never knew nothing about this bitch coming from me till 2022. You will see, I type her name in my Google, nothing will come up before 2022. Obviously, she was in Blockbender's channel on this time, but I never acknowledged nothing she had going until people start sending me that she over here playing with me. But the fact is, they want to get over there. Oh, Dana's attacking a woman. Well, women are always attacking me. And it's all fun and games, shits and giggles. That's cool. But then when I get disrespectful and foul at the mouth, oh, I'm wrong. Look at this shit. They could just sit here and do what they want with you, lie on you, dox you, but you ain't supposed to respond to them. And what was her issue with me? Let's figure this out in real time. Because I'm going to show you where my problem with Trent was in 2020. Let me see. Okay, there you go. People, I'm just watching. So this was in 2020, 5 years ago. So explain to me why I have an issue with this person in 2020, and it's all about this goddamn bullshit information that he was sending me. Okay, information that he was sending me. He get mad. He bring it to YouTube. I say something about it. They start attacking me. But anywho, that was in 2020. She come back in 2022, bringing it back. For what? This just the stupid shit like I'm saying. They always just stirring the pot for no fucking reason. So to sit here and be entertaining the notion that Dana posted something about a tracker in 2023, explain to the people why you were doxing me. Why it's funny when all of y'all get to dox people on these platforms and then play these police ass games and forget why I keep saying this shit janky as hell. Why is everybody doing all this shit on the internet? Then they want to get mad if somebody do report their ass. They start inciting people to report and do all this other. This shit is weird as hell. Weird. But if you don't want to believe me as far as some of the motivating factors to how this whole car shit got into play, let's talk about it. Because as you've heard Dana, if you've heard it or not, he's mentioned some key points. The pink piglet over there always getting on her talking about people called CPS on her. But it's mighty fucking funny. She gets on the damn person who they knew called CPS on her, and she gives some information. You want to know what information she gives? Let's go over here and let's listen. Cause this shit can't get no dumber. And I recorded this 4 months ago because I already knew they was gonna be on some bullshit. So anyways, long story short, Sylvia sells Dana a car, even though she didn't own the car. She subleasing the car, so she sells it to Dana. Long story short, they get to beefing. She wants the car back. She tells people she wants the car back, but instead of actually getting the car back, she do some petty shit like go take the tags off the car. According to Dana, a whole lot of weird shit was going on as far as people knowing his location, posting this and posting that. So he thought it was weird. All of a sudden, a certain individual, Dennis Byron, comes tell him, hey, Sylvia told me she put a tracker on your car. Now all of a sudden, they trying to remanufacture the story as though Dana knew about a tracker on the first car, took the tracker off the first car way back in 2021, kept the tracker all the way to now, and fabricated all of this shit, including making Dennis goofy ass go tell him that there's a tracker on his car. Like, all this shit is dumb. And the fact that the pink piglet got on the same person platform that she claims, or they knew, called CPS on her while she get on there drinking and crying about that bullshit and talking about some shit we truly don't give a fuck about. This is the type of bullshit that got all in the mix of R. Kelly's case with all of these people on these damn platforms. But listen to herself. Listen to this shit. She gonna tell you. Shit's stupid.
The following audios are of the infamous scammer's drunken sidekick, discussing her poor defense 4 months ago.
I tell you what's gonna come out in court. That's why Sylvia is not gonna take a fucking plea. She know what he doing. Y'all, he took that tag out of her old vehicle and put it in his. Period. And it's gonna come out in court. It's gonna come out in court. Yes, it did go back to her because it was in her old vehicle. She ain't even know that. She didn't even know. She thought that it was gone with the impound when they came and got the vehicle. When she got arrested, that's when she remembered, oh my God, they talking about something that I had in my car all this time. The truth's gonna come out. But you know what? Let them run with their little story. Let them run with their story because, baby, when the truth come out, ooh, it's gonna be explosive. Why do y'all think they keep prolonging this case? Why do y'all think they prolonged it to August of this year? They skipped the whole 2 months.
That time,
They skipped the whole 3 months. It was in April.
We live and die by a fucking timeline. When
Baby,
you put a timeline together, you will fuck somebody's life completely.
he is done. Because, listen, I have video of him talking about air tags in October of 23. He claimed he ain't know about nothing until 24. 24. He claimed he ain't know about nothing until 2024. Oh, my God. Well, the witness, which is Dennis Byron, which Dennis is lying on the internet, Dennis Byron is saying that Sylvia mentioned this to him in 20.
You heard her say that 4 months ago. Dennis was lying on the internet. So again, they can get on these platforms and keep on throwing each other under the bus, talking so goddamn much, keep talking about this, talking about that. Tell Dana he not supposed to talk about it. They keep talking about it. This shit's stupid as fuck.
20. Oh.
Did he say the year? He said the year?
That was Dennis said. That was Dennis said in his statement. Baby, do you want me to send you the proof? Do you want me to send you the proof?
Yeah. Baby, dude,
no, it might have been. It might be 22 or 21. But guess what? When did Sylvia win her lawsuit against her civil case against him? I think it was in 21.
Yeah, I had looked at it.
Sylvia won her lawsuit against both of them in 2021. Baby, I have proof. This is why I say why people on the internet running around talking about this, that, and the other. Baby, don't listen to everything you hear.
Okay, when you say she won the default judgment, say it like that, a default judgment, which he contested, in which he says he has the paperwork to show that he has all that over and done with. Nonetheless, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, because just tell me, am I tripping? Do you believe this man literally knew she had a tracker on this old car, kept it for years, put it in his other car, somehow telepathically made Dennis Byron tell him that she told him that she did this? He thought she was talking about some, man, stop. They play too much.
Just because you don't like a person, hold on, Angie. Just because you don't like a person, hold on, Angie. Just because you don't like a motherfucking person, don't mean nothing. When you put the timeline together, it speaks a story. Okay? And then in the discovery, since everyone posts discovery, Dennis said this shit happened in 22. And then 23, Bozo started speaking about in October. I have proof of it. I have a video.
Now notice, as she talking, I'm showing you all the shit that's going on, revolving R. Kelly and all the shit these people were putting on display, getting mad at me because I'm saying it looked janky. Because then you got all these people that you congregate with just keep coming out here throwing out all of this extra nonsense that never had to be what it is.
He started speaking about air tags and skip tracing in 23 of October.
But the air tag has a timeline too. The air tag has a timeline too.
Baby, he destroyed his own case. Because
usual.
you was a weirdo to be holding on the air tag that she had in her own vehicle just to use it against her, because this is what you and Hollywood Next did. Because Hollywood Next lied on Sylvia just to get her arrested in New York, and everybody and their mama knew it. That's why that case got dismissed. That's why she got her shit expunged and everything.
She never even showed up.
She never even touched Hollywood Next. She was never near Hollywood Next. She was on live the entire time when Hollywood Next was reporting the crime, motherfucker. Now all of a sudden, you trying to claim that she done put an air tag on you. But hold on, boo. We have timestamps of you saying that you bugged her house. You was trying to do everything you could to get Sylvia locked up, and you won.
Let's figure this out, because see how they'll try to deflect. It's going to go from this tracker that, first of all, Sylvia said she never put on no car in the first place. Then she come out here and they fabricate this whole, well, I had this on my first car. Cool. You had one on the first car that you were subleasing. Cool. That ain't got nothing to do with the tracker that was clearly registered to Sylvia, found, that clearly comes with records and the timeline as they mentioned. So now she want to throw in, well, he said he put a bug in her house. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure you should have some paperwork or something on that note and take that to court instead of putting that shit again on YouTube. But wait, Dana's a liar, so let's figure this out. He said he did this. Did they find a bug in Sylvia's house?
Only one, because see, Sylvia was talking to Dennis about some shit that she had back in 21, 22. Boo-boo, it's gonna come out, and I might as well be the one to put it out. So he started running with what Dennis was saying. But the police report that they got from Dennis' own sworn statement, it happened in 22, not 23. Bitch, bye. Angie, do you need me to send you that?
That's all they do is sin. 22, that's what she said, right? That's when she over here doxing me as well, but they don't ever talk about that in they bullshit. When they get to talking about Dana stalking, Dana doing this and Dana doing that, they forget that they also came to me with the same shit, which is what brought me to Dana's chat in the first damn place. But let's get to the heart of all of this, because again, they want to skip around some of the things that escalated this situation to where it was. And if you heard Dana speak on it, he talked about the whole Dr. Rice situation And again, all of these people reading all this paperwork, but then they wanted to selectively skip around the shit for some strange reason. They wanted to skip around anything that would implicate the people that they were around. Let me see. So if you haven't already, make sure you go and subscribe to my backup channel, Prima Donna News Reactions. That's where you can go and find some clips as well. But I'm looking for if I uploaded. Okay, hold on. Let me present this. Because this is Dennis's side. Now that he done got his story together with what Randa said 4 months ago. Remember? They said this 4 months ago. That Dana apparently took this tracker off the old car and put it on the new car. This what Dana did. I mean, this what Dennis then came and said.
Confirmed that she told me that. So nothing I said was untrue. You got upset when I told you the same thing. That's what happened. You said on your lie, so you can't walk it back now. See, you was talking too much. You had diarrhea of the mouth, and you said that was the reason why you got upset. I wasn't lying. I told the truth. What you wanted me to do is lie. You wanted me to lie. You wanted me to say something that I could not substantiate, and that's why you were upset. That's where integrity comes in at. That's where the problem lies. You wanted me to lie. I couldn't lie. So this trying to frame that you were a truth teller, no, you wanted me to lie on that woman. I wasn't doing that. And my presence in a courthouse, in that case, would not be to benefit him. I never knew what car he had in his possession. I didn't know at the time that he did not have her car in his possession. How would I know that? But you wanted to frame this narrative that I knew that he had a car, a new car, that she put a tracker in there. And I never said that in my statement. So when you try to play the cleanup woman, you damage his case as well, just with your video. And they're going to watch your video because I'm sure someone downloaded it and sent it to the prosecutor. I'm sure they did. I'm almost certain they did. So
he know they did, because this is the type of shit they do. They play these games. They want you to come out here and reveal your information, show everything you got. Then they gonna come up here and lie. They ain't gonna show you the proof of nothing they say. Ain't nobody gonna never recognize why I've said all these people janky as hell, in my opinion. This is why I never wanted to be grouped in no sector, which offended a lot of people who were obviously doing a whole lot of janky shit. But let me go back to looking for the video that I was actually looking for with the Dr. Rice situation. Okay, yeah. So I put this video out 2 months ago because, again, I just be seeing where a lot of this shit be going. The shit they do is stupid as hell. And I just be trying to figure out, do they really be believing that people believe the shit they be saying, or do they really know that they really putting up a show for themselves? So like I said, a lot of this shit escalated because people was over here doing the most in R. Kelly's case, the same thing they recognize she do in everybody else's case that she so-called cover and never can comprehend. The same shit she was doing in R. Kelly case, only she wasn't all in the mix of their cases like she did with R. Kelly's. And all of these people that claim to have all this information to free R. Kelly. Anyways.
Welcome to Prima Donna News, where we give unbiased
certain individuals' faces. You see, from my perspective, I felt like this whole car situation was nothing more than leverage for people who had their claws in this whole R. Kelly saga way too deep. But mind you, this 2 months ago, just keep that in mind. I could see how this shit be going. They can come out here and keep this shit going. Everybody that's watching it, of course, is tired of it, including me. I've been tired of it because who the hell should have to go through all this trying to cover a case? Why is it I'm over here minding my damn business, doing my research, all these people just pop up out the woodworks, I say shit that they don't like, they start doing shit maliciously against me, include my kids, do this, do that, then run over to the next person, Dana did this, Dana did that, and then wonder why I look at them like some fucking fools. This shit's stupid. But the gag is, it was never necessary for Prima to hide behind people with these stupid ass attacks, especially when you give your audience the impression that Prima Donna turned against you because you ain't got the common sense to tell the people that Prima Donna told all of these individuals meddling in Robert Kelly's case who got their credentials doing janky ass shit that all of their tactics don't mean anything when it came to the research that I put out here, hiding behind simple flunkies trying to attack me on these platforms because I don't run with bullshit source information that clearly looks very criminal from my perspective, considering people wanted to overlook all of the malicious intent and doxing that these people partook in publicly on these platforms, all the scams that people wanted to turn a blind eye to that are now starting to resurface as people question this so-called trial vlogger and her true intentions, considering many are waking up and seeing that her passion is not in pursuing these cases, but instead she has showed a pattern of meddling and doing the most when it comes to so-called reporting on all of these cases. But the biggest gag is when she herself puts out so much information that clearly puts up the red flags and all the valid sourced information that I provided and broke down from the indictments that they skipped around as they played these little 007 mole games. Because while they was busy trying to defend the people that they liked and didn't want to be exposed, it's clear as day the way that the government structured this RICO against Robert Kelly, considering we see he's the only one who's still incarcerated behind all of these allegations and misdeeds that these other people were willing to go into the office of these officials and put the blame on Robert Kelly. Now, if you missed all the circus tricks these people put out here and then try to mask it as though they were just doing so much to help Robert Kelly, it should also be clear as to why I put it all on open display, considering we see damn well it sure the fuck didn't help Robert Kelly.
And no one, oh no, Dana's out. What are you talking about?
Now you heard what she said. Oh no, Dana's out. Somebody in her chat told her Dana had typed in there, he gone. Because she was about to play this Dr. Rice audio, and then they sitting over there trying to act all brand new like they don't know how the government sitting over here is essentially saying that these people on R. Kelly's behalf trying to bribe Azriel, and now they trying to flip the shit like it's, man, this shit's stupid.
Here we go. Y'all ready?
And no one is to take this recording.
Okay. All right. So who am I talking to? Is this Dr. Rich? Dr. Rice, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. No, you good. They said that you just got on board about a week or two ago, I don't know, and now he's not willing to give a settlement because you're his new spokesperson. Rich just said that you have a new proposition. I just want to know what this proposition is. Well, one of the things I was thinking about, I'm really not his spokesperson though. I know. And one of the things that I'm thinking is if you're trying to do something constructive more long term and shaping your image and all of that, but see, there's still a lot of caveats with that also. So what happened with Nicole? Did you hear about what her... And so, relative to books and things like that, but in order to write a book, because I'm a counselor, I'm a licensed counselor, so I understand human behavior and characteristics, how to appeal to people, what will appeal to people. So I know how to take your story and turn it into something that no one else has even viewed it like. That you're asking to manage me, that's not what I'm saying. So if you got that, then I'm reading on two different pages. When you say that physical word out of your mouth, you say, it sounds like you're trying to be a manager. And so that's why I was trying to be. Yeah. Right. So you want it to be. I understand what you mean. Right. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So I'm just trying to figure out what other prepositions, but I'm not trying to do an interview, so I'm trying to... Oh, no, I don't want to do no interview. Yeah, I feel you. Okay. Yeah, I feel you. That wouldn't work anyway, because that's not... What other prepositions? He's saying, the only thing I heard you mention was interviews and book deals, but I'm not... Well, no, I said those are some ways, and I said, but what I did say was if you're going down that road, it wouldn't make no difference for me to throw anything out there anyway, because that's the direction you're going in, so it's clear it is. So this conversation's over there.
You heard him say this conversation is over with.
I didn't pay any attention because it was inconsequential to me because nobody had came to me with anything. But I was asked my opinion by someone, and I gave them my truest opinion. And when I heard... And I gave him my truest opinion. And when I heard from Rich today, since it's been about 3 or 4 months since I talked to Rich, and he came to me with this today, I was popping some things with him, and he said, man, I didn't even think about that. And so he may not have told you even all the things. He probably told you in the way that I was going at it with Dominique, but it didn't even start that way with Dominique. When I saw her personality and I saw how the communication went, it gave me other ideas, and we were talking about a lot of different things there, and that's how my mind works.
Now this video is going to serve as a quick reference for all the new people coming in with their opinions, considering it's easy for people who weren't here to believe these people getting on these platforms trying to refurbish all of the sequence of events they wanted to hide during R. Kelly's trial while they campaigned for a so-called due process. But clearly the position that I held was very obvious, considering I'm reading the allegations being waged against Robert Kelly. They're claiming that all of these people were on these platforms doing this and doing that on his behalf, regardless of the smoke screens these so-called people like Infamous Sylvia wanted to set up to protect certain people and defend the things that they did. We can't skip around to the origins to these beefs that we've seen played out on these platforms for years just to cater to people's fragile ego to the fact that they've been played. Throughout these years, I've made it very blatantly obvious that I don't care what these people were on these platforms beefing about or the origins. However, it was obvious that if you don't break through these characters that these people presented before you to recognize why I called them imposters in the first place, and you didn't dive into the paperwork to see exactly these individuals that were co-mingling with these so-called supporters, you would have fell in line with these people blindly attacking me because you don't recognize that they desperately don't want people to tell you exactly all of the shenanigans they put before you to keep you from realizing the games they were playing with Robert Kelly's life. Now, it don't take a genius to recognize, regardless of what they wanted to believe when it came to the allegations regarding Dr. Rice and all these individuals trying to bribe this key witness after they witnessed her and Joy fighting. It was clear these individuals who claimed they were so neutral clearly didn't have Robert Kelly's best interest at heart. Because no one in their right mind is going to jump out there knowing this girl is a federal witness, knowing the implications that have been waged out here with this man trying to coerce, intimidate, and pay off people, and then find themselves right in the midst of a so-called bribery attempt because they're trying to spin a stupid book idea. Somebody make this shit make sense. How simple do you have to be to recognize it ain't even about a proposition that he allegedly was trying to make when all of these individuals have played their hands out here and showed the connections, even when it came to this Richard Arline guy becoming a John Doe, which was exposed by Tasha K and all of her infamous jail leaks. I can't make this shit up if I tried. That's why I screen recorded it, because I knew it was only a matter of time before more eyes start to see what I see and see these people become unhinged just like this.
When it comes to Infamous Sylvia, I do sort of listen to it simply because I want them to click the link. I want to learn more about how did they even get involved in all of these cases, right? So Debo, what he's telling you, I'm happy to hear that. What the other lady was saying, I am happy to hear that. They meddled in this man's case, just like you see her meddling in other cases. Okay, so that's all. I'm just a YouTube listener, watcher.
So, well, hold on, yeah. Audra. Are you the same Audra that said I was a federal informant?
I'm watching these cases, Ernesto case included.
And
you have had a case yourself. You have had a case yourself. And you know good and well that what you guys,
ma'am. Wait a minute. Let me slow you down. This is the V. Lenore show, and I'm your host, V. Lenore. I'm not gonna get over to talk to my damn channel.
The distortions. I wonder, how does it feel to recognize that you have been bamboozled watching these fake ass personas on these platforms for years try to make one individual the problem, even though you can see a common link between. Hey, y'all catch the gag? That bitch over there be trying to call me kaleidoscope, bitch. Y'all distorted. I ain't distorted. I know what I know over here. Y'all not gonna play with me. It just be funny from time to time when I have to pop up and correct some motherfuckers. No. I'm not Dana. I'm not going to get on here and let you provoke me to do nothing but get a kiki on your behalf. One other individual that has spread like wildfire all over these YouTube streets as people start to see the real person behind this Bible lady start to emerge, and the true deviant personality has started to surface.
Lied to the court yesterday by lying saying Dana was stalking you. No, now you don't know what the hell you talking about. I told the lady that I have a 200 feet stay away from this person. I am here first and he just came in. I cannot be near him. Mm-hmm. That's what I say. So don't come with that bullshit about me lying to the court. I didn't lie no damn time to no court. You better get that fucking thing straightened on yourself, because you coming in here with the bullshit. You don't even know what the hell happened. You don't even know what that was said. You a stupid ass, and get the fuck out of my chat. Y'all block her ass, her dumb ass. Queen lady, get her out of here, y'all. Get that queen lady out of here. Come with stupid, dumb ass stuff. I never said that man was stalking me. You such a damn lie. You and that idiot. Go, block her, y'all. Block her. Come here with some stupid shit. Don't even know what the hell happened. I went straight to the lady and told them there's a 200 stay away from me, and I was here first. That's what I said. Don't come in here with the bull. Don't come in here with the bull. I'm serious. I'm tired of them lying. They come in here, don't even know what the hell they talk about. I told you what I did. I'm not stalking. That's stalking bullshit. Go talk to Dennis when he said that shit. Y'all getting on my damn nerve. Y'all come in here with the bull for real.
Hey, the pink piglet said that you said Dana stalking you, so shit. What you mad for? What you mad for?
Come here, I don't know what the fuck they talking about. Telling me what I said. I know what I told the lady. They wasn't even there. Don't even know what was said. Come here, taking what that fat piece of shit said. Come on now, y'all need to stop the bull.
Wow, Dana needs to keep his paperwork on him at all times. I did. That's what I did. I kept my paperwork in my purse at all times. We never ran into each other at any place, but you know, I had it just in. Ain't it funny when all these other creators in other sectors, they could recognize the same points that I recognize with this lady over here in this case that a lot of people wanted to ignore. That's cool, you know. They wanted Prima out the way. I was just over here to make it make sense for the people that could smell what I'm cooking over here, because I'm telling you, every time I see the playback and I see all those screenshots and everything these people were putting out here, if you missed it, it might not make sense to you. It might not. But for those who witnessed it, again, what they tell you, they had all the information to free R. Kelly. They was all boots on the ground doing this and doing that. They had it all. They brought the janky ass, mushroom head ass motherfucking private investigator all over here to investigate Dana more than he investigated the goddamn allegations against Robert Kelly. I know that for a fact. Shit. They brought in the people they wanted to bring in. But all of a sudden, everybody quiet than a bitch on her. Now we all focused on this car shit that, again, what did I say? Never had to escalate to this point. If she wanted that car back so bad, when she went and got the tag, she could have got that shit right then and there. That shit's stupid. Anybody know that you can't just have a vehicle without a tag just sitting? Either way, it's gonna get towed. So if you're saying you wanted the car back and you go and take the tags, it's only a matter of time. You know it's gonna get towed. The car did get towed. But that's neither here nor there, because for Dennis to then come out here talking about, oh, well, he didn't know about this car, none of that is relevant to the fact. None of it is relevant to the fact and how all of these situations happen in a timeline. That tracker will have a timeline. YouTube can be subpoenaed. With all these videos they scrubbing, can be recovered. So the screenshots that I took, anybody took, recordings, anybody took, anything people sending in, that's the same point. It could be subpoenaed. At the end of the day, I don't know how many times I got to say this shit is dumb as hell. How you can have all these grown people and then they try to twist age ain't nothing. This is the gag of it all. They try to twist age ain't nothing but a number. And y'all see all these grown ass people on these platforms that ain't got the common sense that I've been sitting over here saying all these years. Even when it comes to the stuff they was doing to me, the stuff they was doing to Dana, I can still put that shit to the side and focus on the case. Focus on the research. Focus on what led me to keep reasonable doubt with this man, and even the fact that I don't believe he was aware of a lot of the shit that was going on these platforms. Now, if you wish to believe he was aware, if you wish to believe he was contacting these individuals and doing all this and doing all that, then you should not be ashamed that the prosecutors were able to present this facade of an enterprise. Okay? It's just that simple. We all know that one man cannot be an enterprise, and they said that. But at the end of the day, we knew what the target was, and that was that one man. So if we can make deals with all of these people around him, and then they can get on these platforms and get to pointing fingers and putting all this information out here, and you can have random people who don't even know nothing too much about nothing about the past, but can come in on a situation and get himself a get out of jail free card. And everybody on these platforms are mad because of they gave him all the information. They did. This shit, to sum up my point of view on it all, I just wish if everybody say they got this and they got that, it just go on in court. But from my perspective, I can't blame anytime that Dana see them playing with his name, he say something. Because a lot of the times when I see them playing on my name, I pick and choose when I'm going to say something. So who am I to try to judge him or feel some type of way because he does respond, or run with a narrative that because he does respond, now he is harassing these people that we have witnessed harassing him all these years, coming out here with all these lies. How many geniuses does it take to recognize that if all these people say they don't like this person, I just wouldn't watch them, deal with them, is that on that? But this toxic energy that was allowed to keep escalating to this point is ridiculous. At the end of the day, I just wanted to put you some more context to what's going on right now. You make your own decision up as to what you believe about what's going on. And at the end of it, I'm still inquiring. Ain't nobody gonna come out here who had all the information and tell the good people what's going on with the case or this pardon for R. Kelly. They had all the information 1 minute. They can get the people they want into position. They could fundraise. But how has that benefited R. Kelly? Somebody asked me, do I think money was the issue with Bon Jean? All I know is they brought the money man to YouTube, so they would know that answer, huh? But they ain't gonna talk about that because they're gonna keep fueling anything to deflect, anything to keep all of this negative energy going around. So if I were you, if you got lost with some of the information and why R. Kelly's ineffective counsel failed at properly defending him, and then these people came out here and gave you the impression that, hey, R. Kelly, he ain't got to defend himself. According to the law, they got to prove this and they got to prove that. Well, okay. Saw how that worked. I don't think it's no melanated people out here that feel like they can go in a courtroom and just sit back and kick their feet up and wait on the prosecutors to just prove it and know that not having a proper defense is definitely not going to work in their favor. What's up, Brittany, Midas, EJ, everybody in the chat? You know, I ain't trying to ignore anybody. I just wanted to get everything that's just fluttering around on my mind out, because these last few days have been pure, disgusting bullshit. Every time I think about the fact that, like I said, if you go back to my earlier videos, I was the type of person that I didn't even want to watch people covering the same topic, this R. Kelly situation, because I wanted to have my own thoughts. So when I noticed this pattern of people coming out here and they're just consistently trying to push their thoughts, whether it was for him or against him, that never sat right with me. So imagine my surprise when somebody like Cass Jones come and pretty much lay out the blueprint. She told us, Tim Savage told Lifetime she was R. Kelly's publicist. But let's not skip the fact that these people deliberately pushed a lot of people away from R. Kelly leading up to these Surviving R. Kelly series. Before that, he had people that walked away, they said. Why did they walk away? Why do they skip that? People were doxing, harassing them. Then you had an individual come to these platforms and say, well, I was beefing with R. Kelly's inner staff. And then you have people on the internet that support R. Kelly that gets engulfed with certain individuals from R. Kelly's inner circle. Now, if they wanted to believe the shit that they were spinning, that's their business. If they had something to gain out of running with their propaganda, that's their business too. But Prima Donna stood on my own research and understanding, and the fact that if I see some janky shit, I'm going to say it's some janky shit, period. Can't nobody on here destroy my credibility because I'm just going to keep it real. Meanwhile, notice these people got to keep coming out here lie after lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. Lie after lie. Lie. They can never just come out here and speak their truth like I can do and just be, it's what it is. Believe it if you want to believe it. Don't have to. I'm not finna force it down your throat. But it is my truth and how I've seen it all play out. So don't confuse that I sabotage anything other than some scamming, janky ass shit going on these platforms. Period. Period. They good at coming out here with this Me Too, I'm a victim bullshit, but they never want to say what they do to start shit. I don't think no woman should be sitting here on the internet playing with no man. That's why I can only give Dumbo over there so much energy, because I'm not going to do nothing but get my key off your ass. I'm not going to let you have me sitting here going back and forth with you because I ain't even reading half the shit you say. I'm just going to say what I say and mean what I said. But to just be on here going back and forth with men, provoking men, and then over here, he threatened me. Man, you lucky that was it. Some men ain't going to play like that. That's all I know. I'm from the South. Like, no. At the end of the day, right. The point that I made is, again, they can't pick their side. They couldn't come to the conclusion if Dana know R. Kelly or if Dana don't know R. Kelly. And then every time they think Prima Donna gonna expose R. Kelly, they gonna come over here and try to play nice with me, even though they know I know they don't like my motherfucking ass either. So why the fuck do you even come over here playing with me when you don't like me? And I know it, you know it, I feel the vibe. I just try to be cordial. But guess what? Then they start playing in my face. So I gotta play back. You play with me, I'm play with you back. It's just that's the shits and giggles. The fuck? Shit shouldn't be so serious that we got to put trackers on no cars. And then at the end of the day, they doing all that and still ain't going to do shit. Because 1 minute they come out here and they'll pretty much admit to the shit they did. Well, I was trying to track his location so I could serve him with some papers and this, other. That's one story. The next story, there was never a tracker. The next story, Dana took an old ass tracker and put it, like, it's just too damn much. So I know people with common sense can see, ain't no way. This ain't normal. This ain't no normal shit. This ain't normal. You got to know that if you go and lease a car, you can't then sublease it to somebody else and then have your drunk piglet friend getting on the internet talking about anything, knowing that if he don't have the title to said vehicle, he can't go get the vehicle in his name. So at any point in time, you want to do as you did, which is get mad and take the vehicle back, you can do so. With that being said, yes. Yes, this is what happened. This is Dana's story. A tracker was put on his car. Dennis Byron from the Hip Hop Inquirer, TMZ's one of his contributors. He is one of TMZ's contributors. He went and told Dana that Sylvia put the tracker on there. But from my perspective, Dennis, again, he be doing that fuck shit because he be all cool, buddy with folks. He'll be acting like he trying to help them elevate. Then all of a sudden, he'll snatch that shit the fuck up. So when people be talking about people abusing their authority, and shit, what he got going over there with them Rule 22s and press passes and shit, because they be over here doing some strange things for a little bit of press passes, which it seem like to me, the fuck? This day over here, he got, I ain't even finna throw nobody else's names because that ain't even relevant, but he brought this person's name back to the forefront, now trying to advocate for the infamous scammer. But yeah, he went and told Dana, Sylvia told him there was a tracker on his car. Because he don't want to be involved now, he want to backtrack his statement, and that's cool. So he ain't got no dreads. He bald. He got them little Coke bottle glasses with the slanted eye. Yeah, look up Hip Hop Inquirer. He covered a few of the he did a little bit on the R. Kelly trial. He says he's not part of the R. Kelly sector, but I ain't part of the R. Kelly sector, so I could feel him on that. But at the end of the day, like I said, shit been janky with him from my perspective, because why all these people come to YouTube when you got people like Dennis Byron who know people like Cash Howard who were accused of what? Helping with this so-called X trafficking. Why in the fuck do you got all these people that you got connections to that can't do shit, but all these people were compelled to come to YouTube and think they was gonna play in Prima face? Like, that shit ain't making no sense. What he over here talking about some real people got I swear to God, this shit stupid as fuck. He gonna say some Kim, he over here sending shit, I guess, to Kim Fox's office. He gonna have the audacity to say she got real private investigators to authenticate information. Well, if that were the motherfucking case, people would have caught why I was questioning her connection with Michael Avenatti, janky ass, and his so-called faux tapes that never made it to trial. Since you over here talking about some authenticating some shit, I don't trust her motherfucking ass either. So anyways, he gonna say that she got investigators, but some people ain't got investigators. I guess trying to imply that Dana can't get an investigator to investigate this whole shit. That's besides the point. But to bring it back to the forefront, that's how I feel about why in the fuck is R. Kelly janky ass private investigator all on YouTube. That don't look, somebody make it make sense. You mean to tell me this mushroom head ass Negro they put on this platform, playing all in y'all face, playing all in these chats, he's supposed to be over here trying to help free R. Kelly. Y'all bring 5 to 6 witnesses on the stand. You don't get Wayne Williams, the man who been R. Kelly's A&R all those years during all these so-called allegations, but you bring the A&R that everybody know is typically not needed in this stage in R. Kelly's career, but you bring him who can't testify to a damn thing. As I played earlier in the live, you heard the prosecutor pretty much say the witnesses they brought to defend R. Kelly wasn't hitting on shit. So make it make sense. Somebody. All this effort that was put on YouTube and they go into court with some bullshit. Some I have a dream bullshit. So you imagine if you were R. Kelly and you sitting here thinking these people over here telling you they got, oh yeah, I got you, I got you, I got you. Come to find out they is feeding you to the motherfucking sharks. They done motherfucking stabbed your ass and threw you in the motherfucking lake and you ain't even realize it until you hit that fucking water. The fuck? This shit crazy. Wonder why I'm still talking about it, and all these weirdos think they finna keep coming over here talking about this and talking about that, even trying to compare R. Kelly to Dr. York. Man, you don't get your ass the fuck up out of here. Y'all can sit here and talk all that shit you want to about R. Kelly not being able to read, and yeah, that's his bad, but at the end of the day, at least he had motherfucking common sense to not plead guilty. The fuck? And then people still gonna be on here with that goofy shit talking about he just pled guilty because they threatened it. Man, I ain't see none of that in no paperwork. None of that. You could miss me with that. But when it come to R. Kelly paperwork, we can go head to head. But they can't do that. They want to sit up here and keep talking about this bullshit. In my opinion, yes. I believe Sylvia was enabling the stalking. It wasn't just Sylvia, in my opinion. But again, people want to skip by the fact that Sylvia was feeding a lot of information to Dana when they were cool, right? Everybody was cool at one point in time. Then when Dana do something they don't like, they distance themselves. And instead of just going on about their business, they get on here and do some weird ass shit. And then when he speak on it, then all of a sudden, all kind of people just start popping out the woodwork, putting their 2 cents in on it. And then, according to Dana, it was odd to him at the time that people knew his location and was posting this and posting that. Now, we already know that they were doxing his personal information, and obviously some of your personal information is going to include addresses. So it could be possible they could have got some information there. It's many avenues that they could have engaged in the stalking behavior. But in a nutshell, do I believe they were stalking Dana? Yes, I do. Do I believe they have stalked many people on these platforms? Absolutely. This is their MO. This is what's scary about all of this shit. They be sitting here playing these games like I ever have a problem or had a problem showing my face, so I had to pop out on them because this ain't that. I just don't like to, because the games they be sitting here playing, and no, I don't play about my image just like Dana don't. At the end of the day, they'll sit here and do things to trigger you and then screenshot what you reply, and the dumb one over there, he think he can sit here and emulate the way I do my collages and stuff. He tried to emulate my responses when I did respond to him and put it all on his wall like, see, she's stalking and harassing me. See, that's that stupid shit. I document all the stuff that I do so that you all can see my transparency and why I respond and react the way I do. When I get to seeing my kids put up there and all these different things that they over here doing, and just solely because they had an issue with Dana, and maybe because they had issues with certain things that I disagreed with, they felt that gave them the right to dox me, to keep inciting people to dox me. And other people who sitting back watching it, they feel like they're entitled to give their 2 cents on how I approach these situations that have been going on for 5 to 6 years. They never consider that I'm motherfucking tired, that every time I want to come on here and talk about a specific topic, I'm always getting all these other questions off topic. I'm always getting brought in the mix of some shit. I'm being accused of being informant on a man that everybody fucking know I don't know. Like, all of this weird energy that has engulfed this R. Kelly topic is crazy as fuck. It's crazy. But like I said, when you play with Prima, you already know I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm not finna sit here and play these stupid games with you, and it's not gonna be in a dramatic way where you can go run to the police and say nothing other than she making me feel bad. She hurt my feelings today. This motherfucker done called me everything but a child of God, and did. The fuck they gonna do? That's that bullshit. Double standards. You want to come out here and talk about me, I'm gonna talk about you. If I want to come out here and talk about R. Kelly, I'm going to talk about R. Kelly. I don't need nobody's approval. I don't need to justify nothing I say to nobody. If they confuse that the reason why I show my receipts is to give you insight to the things that I'm thinking about, like I said, when I replay all the help that was put on public display. If I saw the shit, if investigators saw the shit, if y'all can't read between the lines in what I be saying and showing that showed, again, I was able to point out a lot of these stories Tasha K ran on her platform, right? I'm sitting here telling y'all, I'm showing you, I'm putting all these pieces to the puzzle together, leading you from A to B. What I didn't know was the latest piece when Bo put in his information about the lawsuit was the part about RL in a so-called meeting with her. So we already knew that they were tampering with people like Haley. Like they wanted to just focus on Azriel, which was the key witness in New York, right? But we witnessed them tamper with a whole lot of the bad act witnesses. We saw them exposing a lot of the bad act witnesses, did we not? Like we saw all of this in real time. So for people to be delusional as to why people still support R. Kelly and or why those people who still talk about how they still listen to his music just won't outright keep it a buck is because look how people respond. When you're on major media outlets, you get all of these millions of people coming at you. You see what happens on my platform when people disagree with me. But just imagine if it was on a magnitude of you got millions and billions of people that disagree with you saying free R. Kelly. Now all of a sudden you get all these pedophile, predator, all this shit in your inbox, all this negative energy. None of them saying, hey, can you explain to me, like, why do you support Robert? Like, I don't understand this. Like, do you know what he like? If they came to you like that, I can respect that. But what you ain't gonna do is motherfucking throw shade at me and expect me to humble myself enough to explain to you what I have done over the course of all these years, which is give my audience why I feel the way I do. Period. What's crazy is when you have all these people on these platforms and then other people want to bunch all of us in a group and people get mad because I'm not going to be bunched in that group. Oh, hell no. You're going to have to separate me. You're going to have to give me my own little pretty pink package. I'm not going to be sitting over there. No. Give me my own little box. Thank you. Don't put me in no box with. No, just put me in my own little box. You're not going to bully me. You're not going to stop my channel. You're not going to keep creating all these fake harassment claims after you come for me if you can't handle my response. It's just shits and giggles, right? Okay? That's all I wanted to say for tonight because people think they're going to keep playing on my top. And guess what? I'm going to keep playing on theirs right along. So they can keep trying to do this shit. Oh, people gonna get arrested and all this subliminal shit, man. All right. Like I said a long time ago, if I ever get arrested for talking shit about how I feel, about how stupid and dumb these people is, we can put that shit in the Guinness Book of Records. Because you ain't gonna convince me a motherfucker in this world is gonna come pick my silly ass up for laughing at you motherfuckers. The fuck? Anyways, it's 3:00 in the morning. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all know I'll be up now because I work the late night shift, but I appreciate y'all. Everybody have a great morning, weekend, week. See y'all on the next one.